fellow alumni, ladies and gentlemen.
A simple opening to a speech that would have major consequences from Taiwan's then President Lee Teng-hui. 30 years ago, that speech sparked tensions between the U.S. and China and a crisis in cross-strait relations.
It has been a long and challenging journey with many bumps in the road. Yet my wife and I are indeed very happy to return to this beloved campus.
In 1995, Lee was granted a visa for a supposedly private visit to Cornell University, his alma mater, becoming the first Taiwan president to ever visit the U.S. The trip broke long-standing diplomatic precedent, with no high-ranking Taiwan officials allowed into the U.S. for many years, after the U.S. had severed official diplomatic ties with Taiwan, switching recognition to China in 1979. Washington established its One China policy, recognizing the People's Republic of China as the sole legal Chinese government, and acknowledging the Chinese position that Taiwan is a part of China. Despite the visit being unofficial, in his speech, Lee said Taiwanese people were not happy with the country's international status, and also spoke about China, calling for a, quote, end to ideological confrontation. And China did not look kindly on the visit.
美国允许李登辉访美，对中美关系所产生的潜在的影响应该是很严重的。那么这些不利的因素会影响今后双边关系的发展。
Following the visit, China recalled its ambassador to the U.S., launched missiles near Taiwan, amassed troops on its southeastern coast, and conducted large-scale military exercises, beginning what is known as the Third Taiwan Strait crisis. Amid the tensions, U.S. officials reaffirmed their commitment to the One China policy.
We acknowledge the Chinese position that there is but one China and that Taiwan is part of China. We reaffirm that we have no intention of advocating or supporting a policy of two Chinas or one China, one Taiwan.
But they also defended the decision to allow Lee's visit.
One of the basic tenets of this country is that we allow people the opportunity to speak. And that's what we did in this instance. I hope they'll recognize the importance of how deeply we believe in that right and that we can go on from here. The Chinese always ask us to consider their views in terms of cultural differences. We would hope they would consider ours.
While the crisis eventually de-escalated in 1996, it is still regarded as a notable moment in cross-strait relations. 3 decades on, tensions across the strait remain high, with no signs of improvement anytime soon. Scott Huang and Cadence Quaranta for TaiwanPlus.